Today we're doing lesson 6.8. It's called the distributive property and partial quotients. We're going to focus a lot on partial quotients. So your first definition will be partial quotients. You may write all that down. The definition for partial quotients is a way to divide where you break the dividend into parts that are easier to divide. Okay, we're going to start with an example. We're going to divide 484 by 4. Your first step is to divide the hundreds place by a number that's compatible to the greatest place value. So it's going to look easy. We're going to try to make this as easy as possible. So 4 times 100, oops, hold on. I better draw it out. And I'm going to make a box here. Okay, that's more like it. Now, I'm going to focus on the hundreds place. So I know that 4 times 100 equals 400. Nice way to start. This 100, you put the 1 in the hundreds place. You subtract all the digits. So we have 4, 8, and then that would be 0. Okay, your next step is to divide the tens place by trying to find a number that's compatible to the greatest place value. So 4 times 20 equals 80. That's close enough. The value of the 2 in the tens place is 20. So you just need to put the 2 in the tens place, and it's worth 20. And now you subtract. And now we just have to worry about the ones place. Four times something equals 4. All right, yes, it's 1. So the quotient is 1 in the ones place. 4 times 1 equals 4, and I don't have a remainder. So the steps were to simply divide the hundreds, place by finding a compatible number, we continue to divide the tens place in the same manner. And then we just continued on to the ones place. The key there is that you were looking for a compatible number, kind of like in the greatest place value. That made it very easy. Okay, we're going to try another example. We're going to divide 346 by 2. So the way in which you organize the problem is like the way you see in our math book. And now you just make that line really long. And you'll put a box here. Our divisor in this problem is 2. Okay. So again, we're starting to divide in the hundreds place by finding a number that's compatible and to the greatest place value. So if I do my multiples of 2, I know that 2 times 1 is 2, and 2 times 2 equals 4. So I don't even need to get bigger than 2 times 1 because 4 is going to be too big here. We're focusing on the hundreds place. So the one that works for us is this very first multiple, 2 times 1. But we don't want to get 2, we want to get 200. So 2 times 100 equals 200. And I know that seems like it's way smaller than 300, but it's close enough. So 1 in the hundreds place, 2 times 100 equals 200, and your next step is to subtract. So you subtract the ones place, the tens place, and the hundreds place. All right, now we're going to look at the number 14. So let's keep writing our multiples of 2. 2 times 3, 2 times 4, 2 times 5, till we get to around 14. 2 times 6, that's close. 2 times 7, bullseye. We don't need to go any further. Again, this is the basic fact. We just need to plug in a couple of zeros so that it works. So this is going to be 2 times 70 equals 140. So we're going to put 70 in this box. I'm going to multiply it by 2. We get 140. You can see that it's coming along. There's not much more left to do. And the 70 is 7 in the tens place. And then your next step is to subtract. Okay, we just have 6 left. And there it is. 2 times 3 equals 6. So I put 3 here in this box. 3 times 2 equals 6. So I put 3 here equals 6. Subtract. No remainder again. Okay. These have been pretty nice and easy because of the divisors. Multiples of 2 are easy to work with for you. Multiples of 4. So now I think you want a challenging problem. Okay. Here's your next problem. I'm going to do 567 divided by 9. Now we have to work a little harder because we're going to work with our 9s. But the procedure, partial quotients, is going to make it pretty easy for us. So we can't make 5, but we can make 56. And actually, we're going to go for the whole thing here, and I'll show you how. Let's start writing our multiples out. Got 9 times 10 equals 90. That doesn't work. 9 times 20 is 180. Okay, I'm starting to see where I'm going with this. This is in the hundreds place, and I want to get to the 500s. So 9 times 3 is 270. Getting closer. 9 times 40. Starting to see the light at the end of the tunnel. Pretty close. Let's see if we can get any closer. 9 times 60 equals 540. All right. I could try one more. 9 times 70 equals 630, and that goes over. 630 would be too big. So we found a winner. We're going to use 60. So you're going to be having boxes like this to work with. The quotient is going to be 60, and 60 times 9 equals 540. We don't need to put 9 here because it's our divisor, but we do need to put 60 up there. Now 60 is not going to go in the hundreds place. The value of the 6 is over the tens place. Okay, let's subtract. We're left with 27. All right. You know that 9 times 3 equals 27. And again, no remainder. And we got our answer. And that, my friends, is partial quotients. I only focused on that one, but the lesson has the name distributive property and partial quotients. And when you do the lesson, you're going to see that the distributive property refers to the area models that you've been doing for the past couple of days.